You alright, folks? I'm starting to get addicted to this, or so it might seem. I might just fucking disappear again shortly. But I'm back again, just to explain a few things. Because I get a few snidey comments before I fucking... it's always there, people, but I always... Before... I get a few snidey comments before I fucking ban them. And they're always making reference to that fucking statement I made against Shazzy, because he's made videos about it. I've made a 5-page statement against Shazzy. Yeah, I've done it deliberately. I've done it to put him in court because I wanted him in the papers, because him and Rafe had made statements against me on Facebook which reached 1 million people accusing me of being a paedophile. 1 million people. And I wanted to put right. And I put it fucking right. And I couldn't give a fuck what people, any more people, have got to say about me making that statement. There's plenty of other things I could have made statements against Shazzy's for me past. Loads of things. Even that gang fight in the Toon Centre where I've been cut. Go and ask them. Refused to talk to the police. If refused to even acknowledge it was me that was present, I did. On the interview. So there's plenty of things, serious things, I could have made statements against Shazzy's for if I wanted to. But I haven't, obviously. I'm not like that. But with this, I had to. I fucking had to. They've branded me a paedophile to the public, and I wanted to put right. And I made a 5-page statement explaining everything. Now remember, before I've made that 5-page statement to the busy, I've already took a lie detector test. I've took a couple of lie detector tests, but I've done it before I've made a statement to the cops about this. So I explained to the cops, because the piece of spam I'd getting on a computer earlier, on the family computer, not on a laptop, on the family computer in the family sitting room. That piece of spam, I took a lie detector test over it. I think I've given the reasons why I took a lie detector test over it, but I've took it, and I've told the cop I've passed the lie detector test, and it's in my statement. It's in my fucking statement. And there's other things in my statement, gives a full explanation of everything. And this is why Rafe and Sears will not put the statement out to the public. Not the full statement. Why not? My statement. I'm asking you to do it. It's self-explanatory, I reckon. But they won't. But I did. And I got them put up a court. Aye. And I did a fucking again and all. Call me a fucking paedophile. I'll do it again. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about this morning. There's another video on the internet. Me phoning the busies about a crime offer. I'll tell you what happened, because I need to explain. See that tape recording of that phone call? I made that and put it on YouTube. Not him. He just copied it. I was in my house one day. And there's a knock on the fucking door. So I answered the fucking door. 2 cops at the door. Says the crime offer. We want to speak you up at the police station. Take a statement from you. Because we've had a complaint about you, Mr. Conroy. The crime offer has been making allegations, or you've been calling him a nonce on the internet, and you've been trolling them, and you've been doing this and that and that and that, all on the internet. I says, no bother, let's get my fucking shoes on, I'll come with you right now. And I did, up the police station. Gets interviewed about it. It's all fucking bollocks. I answered every question. Every fucking question I wanted. Everything was lies. Lies. Complete fabrication of everything. I couldn't understand why he done it, mind. Could not understand why he fucking done it at that time. So anyway, the case was sent to the Crown Prosecution Service, and I had to wait for an answer to see if there was a case against us. And we got the answer, and they were told no case to answer though on my behalf. That's me and the crime over. Bernie Black Ops. So, an incident happened my way shortly after that. Or something come to light shortly after that. And I thought, I'll fucking do the same back. And I done the same back. And that's that phone call. Only my phone call got nowhere. I don't even believe anyone was questioned or took up the police station over it. But I'm just telling you, why I made that phone call was in response to me getting took to the police station for the same thing. So I'm just pointing that out because nobody knows that. There's another thing. When I've done my lie detector tests, remember some of these are serious fucking allegations getting made against me. The film company's paid for the lie detector tests. He's a proper one, Home Office approved one, who proper, like the police question you about everything beforehand. It's not just normal lie detector tests where they just fucking ask you the questions. No, you get interrogated. And some of them are murders. Some of them are real serious allegations. I just discussed loads of stuff. And it's all on fucking camera. Can you imagine if I'd failed them lie detector tests? Where I would have stood today? But I never. Another thing I was going to raise, which I haven't let gone yet. See, the prosecutor in the Julie Noblin trial, he was my prosecutor in my torture trial. Bent as fuck. Bent as fuck. After I was convicted and sent to prison for the tortures and whatnot, wrongfully sent to prison, they done a radio programme, I think it was on Radio Newcastle, where a psychologist, I got told somebody come to visit us and tell us about it. Said they had a criminal psychologist on there talking about all the British gangsters that run the country. It says, but he just so happens to be, this psychologist just so happened to be an ex-Northumbria policeman who's turned into a psychologist who's on the show. And my visitor was telling us that the only person that he mentioned by name on the show was you, Paddy, and he was comparing you to the British version of Al Capone. And he's telling us his son, we visit in prison. So I just laughed. I thought he was taking a piss at first. Remember, Adam Dean outrang. I'm fucking innocent. I'm getting fitter up time and time again, and that looks bad for us when we records and all the time I've spent in prisons over the years, and obviously they're all my associates because of that, because I've spent most of my life in prison. But that's not my fucking fault. I used to go out and fucking work for a living. If you watch a Decker Haggy series, you'll find out my life story and how it all started. I used to go and work with a fucking haversack on my fucking back, and then the cops come in, the fucking got me gaffer in the fucking place, pulled him one side and said, well, one of them sacked. That's when my fucking trouble started. But it'll take a while to get into that, but I'm just telling you. So that was my position when I'm sat there getting told that I'm innocent, doing a big sentence, getting told that I'm getting compared to Al Capone on the radio. So then, after I was convicted, big party at the police club at the police station. And all my fucking jury was at some of my jury was at the party, and they'd been invited to the party. They tell them what the party was for my conviction. They let them know through the armed response cops. I found that out and I put an official complaint in, and they invited to my party. And after my conviction, they had a big party at the police club, and they had the jury there. And I got an inquiry into it. I did, but after I found out about it. But Northumbria police, the very police who held the fucking party for my fucking conviction, done the investigation into it and just smothered it out. They had to admit my jury was there, they did, but they said we didn't invite them, they just turned up. The police club's 3 miles away from the fucking Crown Court in Gateshead, and my trial was in Newcastle. So how the fuck did they know to turn up in a fucking club and police, jury wouldn't do it, man. They'd been invited. They got invited 6 weeks before I was found guilty. So I had all that going on. And then, because there's a process before you get an OBE from the Queen, from the local Freemasons and whatnot, and all the local Freemasons or the police involved in your cases and that, the prosecutor got nominated for a fucking OBE from the Queen and got it. I'm fucking telling you, he got that OBE for putting me away, for putting Al Capone away. Fucking got an OBE. And my plans is sometime in the future, I knew that I've proved I was innocent, I was all fucking bollocks, He shouldn't have that OBE. Should he? All he fucking done was locked an innocent fucking man up for bent fucking busies. But I'm just telling you what happened after I got convicted. Prosecutor was given an OBE for it. Fucking OBE, that cunt. I haven't managed to work out how on this laptop. I've got a new tablet. The last one I'd managed to work it out how there's different settings on these fucking tablets, man. I don't know how to work it. I don't know how to add photos and things like that, but I will. But there's a photograph there of a newspaper article in with the Glover stuff where David Glover gave information. This is before my torture trial, and this was given to the judge because it was the judge's friend who was supposed to be going to have murdered a fellow judge. Glover gave information to his bank cops, to the CONROY'S cops, stating that my gang were plotting to murder a judge who was a friend of my trial judge. And they give that information to my trial, judge before the trial started. So his defendant, or he's got on trial there, trying to have his mate murdered. My gang's trying to murder his mate. He's got me on trial. I got a fair trial, mine, didn't I? And that's what that's about. Glover fabricating stories about murdering judges. It was all to do with making sure he got the deal off this judge as well. It was all fucking fabricated. Bollocks. But that's what it was all to do with. To do with his Viv murder deal, and they just added some things in to say we've got to give this fella the deal with the information he's given with, you know, and that sort of thing. That's all it could have been for. Just thought I'd point that out. I'm gonna smoke. Oh, idiots commenting. Oh, another thing. I got a comment there last night, something to do with one of my nephews. I didn't see which one. Let's tell you. My mother, who quite recently died, she had 120 grandkids. And most of them are boys. So you can imagine how many nephews I've got. So I'm not fucking interested. Anyway, didn't comment on here about my nephews, because my channel's not to do with them anyway, whichever one it was. And I'm just telling you the score. I've got fucking any amount of fucking nephews all over the fucking place. We've got one of the biggest families in Newcastle. People could comment and saying, is that a crack pipe? And it's not, you know, it's just, I don't know what sort of pipe. Is it a weed pipe? But I just put tobacco in it, look at, and just a little bit, just so I don't have to smoke a full tab. Just keep the job right. I thought I'd better explain, because obviously there'll be a fucking complaint in there too. I've been there, all my videos restricted to adults only for some of our complaint, all of them. It's been set there out here now. So when I get the shows started with deck, I'll introduce one or two people in the runners, like family members and that, just to add crack to the show. And like I say, Bull's coming in to explain a few stories. When I say the Viv murder will never be solved, this is another reason I forgot to add in the video this morning. Not only because I can't prove I didn't give Glover them details. Glover's give details only someone involved could give in to prove somebody's done it, to know the details. No matter where he's getting the details from, somebody's done the fucking murder for them details. And this is the problem. My mate Bull is Glover's alibi witness. And always has been since the murder. Got back in them days, Bull had to go to the police station and tell them that he was Bull away with Glover. So he's made his statements to the cops and that. My mate Bull is Glover's alibi witness. to prove he couldn't have done it. I knew Glover and Rafi and Siazzy all thinking together with this podcast thing, moving them details onto me. This is one of the reasons I've had to come back to the internet. They're trying to fucking implicate us in murders, especially Viv's murder. I'm going to tell Deck all the stories about Viv. Did I have any run-ins with Viv? Oh, well, I fucking loads of run-ins with Viv. Fucking loads. It was my fault he got shot. Truth be known, when you hear the stories. Oh, aye, aye. I'll tell him how the fucking Shazzy's out the club. And he did. No, he had the Mooty one run away, Stephen, and the other one got fucking chinned. I even heard that the other one's got his jaw fractured. He ended up in hospital. I'm not sure if that bit's true, and I got chinned, but I'm not sure if his jaw was fractured or not. And Stephen done his run again. They're the Dolmens you should be talking about on his podcasts, the ones that on his clubs at the time. So anyway, I've bumped into Viv, I've told him how the mood. And he did that weekend. And 2 weeks later, I shot. So when I say it's my fault, I mean technically it was my fault, because I never told him and given him the okay to do it. It wouldn't have happened, and he wouldn't have been shot. But he wanted to do it, and he was looking for the okay, mind. As soon as he got it, fucking jumped in the air with joy he was, in the middle of the town centre. Yes! But I didn't tell him to chin them, I just told him to fucking put them out. I wasn't happy with him at that time. I'd done a deal with him to deal with stopping us selling us smack and crack in our city. And they broke the fucking deal they had. And I'd found out that they broke the fucking deal before I bumped into Viv. And that's why I tell Viv to do it. Viv come tell us a tale. Now I wasn't happy with him at that moment in time. I hadn't seen them yet. The time before I'd seen them prior to that, we'd shook hands that they were going to help stop all the smack and crack too, and give us a load of fucking shite like they're feeding these on these subs on, yeah, just feeding us fucking dribble shite. So I wasn't happy because of that when I bumped into Viv. And that's why I tell Viv, fucking get the cunt out. Out. And he did. He got shot. For it. And then it all gets all complicated after that because of Glover and who's involved with the shootings and different things. It's fucking... But the case has gone nowhere. And the reason the case has gone nowhere is because of that podcast video where they're saying, and he now's made the podcast video, where they're saying, I've give him the details. And because of that, that case is never ever getting solved. Unless I can prove I did not give him them murder details. And then Bullock's his fucking alibi witness to prove he couldn't have done it. Complicated. Let me fucking tell you. From what I know, it's fucking far more complicated than even that. It's just loads of stuff I can't even talk about. And that's not the only murder here. I mean, I keep telling you, there's loads of murders. But we're going to go and read it with Viv's murder, especially with the whodunit. Because that's why they're ducking and diving and dodging and not answering their thing. They know what's coming. And not one of them have come forward and said, yeah, we're up for that whodunit, mind. We are fucking innocent, man. We are blaming you because we honestly believe it was you who's committed these murders and Judy Noblin and whatever. We believe it. We genuinely believe it was you. And we are here to defend ourselves. Because that's what I'd fucking do. Even if I was wrong. If I believed something and I'd been wrong, you'd find out then. But they're not even doing that, man. They're not even fucking doing that. But we'll hear the full story. They've been in with the fucking busies their whole fucking life. Not just them. The elders as well. Gone back fucking years. Gone back fucking years. brought the Craze twins to this town for one reason, to try and muscle in on the West End folk, which was my father and his firm and whatnot, and they got put straight back on the fucking train. And then Stevie Rafe makes the video about the incident with the Searsies who brought them. So you can imagine, time I've finished here and show you what he's done with me and what he's done with that book, what he's wrote for them, then you'll just be able to imagine what he's done with that DVD about the Craze coming to Newcastle too. The only thing he's established in it is that they did come. So I'm just telling you the bit of the family history between me and the Searsies, goes right back to the Craze coming to the tune, and his family fetching them, my family fucking chasing them. Got put out the club, man. Straight out. Dennis Stafford, the Cockney convicted of the Angus Sibbett murder. Angus, my dad knew Angus. I can tell you that full tale, but I won't. I'm just going to remain stum on the Angus Sibbett murder until they're all dead. What was I going to say there? What was I going to say there? And I was talking about the Sibbett fucking murder, then I've lost fucking track. Dennis Stafford, who was convicted of the Sibbett murder, is on Newcastle on that DVD with Rafe, and he says his gaffer Lander got a phone call where he sent Dennis to go and pick the Craze up at the my father's drinking den. He says, "Well, stand outside when he got there." He says Ronnie was livid. Stand outside waiting for that taxi at the train station, which was Dennis. Says Ronnie was livid. Doesn't explain why, but he was livid. I can tell you why. Bobby Snowden had just put him out the fucking door, the full crew with him and Jackie Mulholland. But Dennis Stafford explains on that DVD that Ronnie was livid. He just said he says what could I do? He said we just said wait that move. He took him back to the train station and put him on the train back to London. So one of their own explains that part. Cockney on that DVD. So I'm just telling you who put them at the door. My father's firm. Why? Because the Sears firm had brought them in. I'm all from the one area. I'm just telling you a bit of my history. I've spoke to Decker because some of the people who were in some of Dad's firm were from Carlisle. One of them was called Foggy Dowell, and he used to come do with his boys and work with me dad and his boys, and used to go away and do all sorts of work. You know, my dad was in and out of jail all his life, and Foggy was one of his graphing partners, and Foggy Dowell was there on the day the Craze came in, drinking with my dad in the club, and all the rest of them. Only two of them got sent out to put the Craze out, but there was a crew of them in there, filming them, my dad's film. And Foggy Dowell from Carlisle was one of them, with a couple of people from Carlisle. And Decker and his father, Foggy Dowell, they knew him, I don't know if he's still alive, or he's dead now. I've got photos of him. I've got photos of my father, I've got them on the police, I've got photos of the police most wanted list from the 60s, I'll have to show you them. But Foggy Dowell's on them photos, and Decker knows them, and me and Decker spoke about doing a documentary ourselves, similar to about the one the day the Craze come to town, but we were going to get a true story. We've spoken about it anyway, but I think it'll be a good show, especially for the people of Carlisle and people of the tune. People of Newcastle all know, people of the West End all know Craze got sent back to the train station. They'd come once or twice earlier before then, and went in the tune centre with the Searsies, in the tune centre, but not in the West End. As soon as they stepped foot in that fucking West End, they were put out. Sent back, and they never come back after that, once they'd been embarrassed and put out. I'm just telling you who done it. But it'll make a good show for me and Decker, so to redo the documentary properly, and go and speak to proper people. who know about it, even though most of them fucking didn't know. But we'll dig some up because it's true. Anyway, just a bit of crack about little bits and pieces, especially about me making that 5-page statement, why I done it. I get it put on here. I wish they would, but they won't. One of the reasons they won't, because it fully explains in there everything that they had said about me was lies. This is Rafe and Sales I'm on about. In a statement, it's fully explained. Everything they've said about me is lies. It's self-explanatory. And at some point in his life, he's received a piece of spam which is unconnected to what they're doing and saying to us here. But they've got that on us. No, because they've got this statement. No, but he's took a lie detector test over it. So it sort of cushions the blow, doesn't it? So they can't show you the lie detector test over it neither. I'm just telling you, that's why they won't show you the 5-page statement as well. So they know exactly how many pieces of spam it was, and they know exactly whatever it fucking was. I've passed the lie detector test over it. And it was nothing to do with what they were saying on Facebook, where I'd been arrested and questioned, blame my son, and it's two complete different separate incidents. This is, folks. But what I'm saying is, I've passed not only lie detector test for that, I've passed lie detector test for jury nubbling allegations, multiple murder allegations, and other stuff too. I can't think of it at the minute. But I'm just letting you know the script.